You can dance with somebody if you're a teenager on Friday night at the Imerge Community Center. Brigit Holt, right over there, is the woman behind it all with your family. This is so cool. We had John with John, about a month ago. And man, you have just been flying. I mean, people are really starting to really contribute, really reaching out, and we're here. I mean, we are 2 days away from this.
I'm so excited about this. It's amazing.
And you know what's so cool? And for all of you that you guys didn't tune into the first interview to hear about how, your family, your son loved the community center. And the last, yesterday, it was so cool. And even the weeks prior, seeing your family in here and your son, your daughter, and everyone kind of contributing, that's got to feel cool.
It feels wonderful. Yeah, they're actually upstairs right now working on things, trying to get stuff ready for Friday. I can't believe it's so close. It's
a little nerve-wracking? Or?
It's a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's really exciting. It's mostly exciting.
It should be, because, I mean, you're taking over the reins of a great center, and you're getting a little bit of help until June. It seems like there's a nice transition period, but let's set the table. So the imergecommunitycenter.org, the website is online now. Tickets are $12. And how does it feel to actually get to this point?
It feels surreal.
Yep.
And amazing at the same time. Like I said, the last time I was here, the opportunity that was set forth for the community looked so amazing. And, just the whole process from writing the proposal and everything to getting to this point has been exciting. It's been so much fun watching my family work together like this, where, we're all bringing our special skills to the table. And it's a blessing, and it's amazing.
That is so cool. And that's what's so fun to watch this. I mean, it's not even like it's a new nonprofit, but it's a family-run nonprofit. That's what's just amazing to me. But take us through this. So what's the new structure going to look like? We're going to see some changes, and I know that Daniel is going to be your assistant director, I saw. Is that the case?
He is. Daniel is pretty...
A1.
Yeah, he is. He is necessary for this center. And, the other volunteers who have also been working here,
okay.
I came in yesterday completely overwhelmed with all of the things that needed to be ordered. And the people who have worked here for so many years were right on top of it, helping me, which is great. I don't have to focus on every single little thing just because it's such a community-run space.
That's what I was going to ask you. So are you getting a lot of feedback, a lot of support now, or even, the weeks leading up to this?
Yes, absolutely. The volunteers who have worked here have been so wonderful. I've absolutely needed their help to move this forward. And everywhere I go, I've heard people say that they recognize me from the last interview that we did.
Oh, good, you're watching. Like it.
They are. And, the kids, of course, are so excited about it, but the adults in the community are so excited about it.
You hit that right on the head, because that's what I think is so cool. I was in Austin, and I told people this earlier. I was training for pro wrestling out in Austin, and, got chosen, went over there, and we were talking one day and just shooting the breeze. And I was talking about the community center. Even before I worked here, I'm like, man, it was like the Copacabana. You walk out and the lines around the building, and I mean, so many kids utilize this, but the most cool thing was to see the parents there getting excited, being involved, and just not being the hover, helicopter parents, but just helping out with something greater, bigger than them. It's so cool.
It is. It's very cool. And even a lot of adults with no kids.
Yes.
They have been so excited about this. They know that it's a necessary aspect of the community.
It is, and whenever it closed, whenever COVID came, when they ceased operations for a couple, a little bit of time, it was a little sad, because all those memories, that I had here going to the dances, the lock-ins, and now I can tell you for a fact that I licked that window when I was at a dance one time to impress. I don't know what I was doing in 6th grade, but I did it, and now I'm in the studio, and it just. To me, it's the stories and the next generation getting this this really cool facility. But on Friday, take us through this. So what time does it start?
It starts at 6:30.
Cool.
So like it says on the website, don't show up early because you'll be waiting outside. And
I got to leave the building first.
Yeah, exactly. We need to make sure that everything in here is safe and clear.
That's a good point.
But yes, it starts at 6:30. We're going to have a balloon drop at 9 o'clock and do a little mock countdown for the new year in the new center. And then it ends at 10. So we have parents show up at around 9:55 in that back area where they get picked up.
Pick them up, get them out of here.
Yep.
No, we'll see you next month.
Yep.
But so
next week.
Wait, what?
We are going to be opening the center on Fridays moving forward.
Oh, this is breaking news. I'm excited. So every Friday going forward, are we talking dances or are there going to be different activities each Friday?
I think there's different activities just because Daniel is here DJing every time, and he's always got some really fun games going on.
And I do want to highlight real quick, because I haven't had Daniel on the show yet, but talking about a younger individual that's really invested in the community, it's such a treat to have him and him and all, like you said, the team of volunteers you have, because it's really a small army.
It
is just impressive. But what I love about this, Brigit, is you're bringing every generation, a lot of different demographics coming together and really creating this new phase, this new chapter of the community center, now Imerge.
Yes, and we do hope to offer more programming for people across the age spectrum. This, is the Friday nights are typically geared towards middle school students, or kids, so aged kids. But yeah, I really do hope that we are able to utilize the center in a lot more ways moving forward.
So take us through the transition phase, because you're coming in the building. The community center hasn't been in operation for a year or two. What was the first step? I mean, there's so many things we don't think about logistically to get this going. What was kind of that hurdle or some of the obstacles you've kind of come across?
Well, beyond the paperwork that all needed to be done and
scary.
Is still in motion, it really is like spinning plates. There's a full kitchen that's upstairs that we use, and then the concessions area downstairs. And I really needed to kind of get a grip on how things normally run, because I'd like to do what's been successful in the past.
Right.
And they've built such a wonderful center and program here that I would like to continue doing that. And the feedback that I've seen from the kids on the Instagram page, they are all really excited to come back. They can't wait.
Really?
They couldn't believe it at first. Yeah. My kiddo was actually talking to his friends at school saying, "Hey, do you want to come and help me test all of the games?" They didn't believe him.
No way!
They were like, "Yeah, right."
So if I was your son and walking into school the next day, I tested all the games.
Yep, I tested all the games, and if you want, you can come back with me next time.
So I can say this now honestly to you, Brigit. Before you took over, it was like last month or 2 months ago, I was walking around. I got here super early. I was decorating for Christmas, and I look over at the community center and I see some of those arcade games. I had the best morning of my life. I was playing the arcade games and having the time, and I went, wow, this is really cool, because so many communities really don't have what you guys are offering and transitioning to this new venture. But you have a lot of really cool plans coming down the pipeline. What are some of them? I know that you said the esports thing is going to be cool.
Yeah, esports is pretty much the one thing that we're focusing on most heavily, and that is because it's an IHSA sport now.
It is.
I think Jerseyville actually just got an esports program, and I know that Lewis and Clark is looking towards that, so we're hoping to help support that in the Alton area.
To me, honestly, not to cut you off, that is huge because this industry is just booming. And to me, it's a really innovative thing, because I was kind of we talked about this before, and I started looking it up. And honestly, in the grand scheme of things, there's not a lot of those facilities around, period.
Right.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and when I was looking at this, I started just without asking for it, without soliciting this. This is my idea. My friends were sending me pictures of esports centers that their kiddos were going to for birthday parties and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then the City Museum in St. Louis has a huge esports program.
They do.
And so I wanted to sort of bring that over on the side of the river and let our community be able to engage in that. And really, if middle schoolers, if that's who are going to continue to utilize the center the most, come and do that, then they're set up for the high school sports arenas.
Absolutely. And, take us through that. So after Friday, we have the New Year's Eve party, the New Year's Eve party, I guess, and we're starting that. Then following that, every Friday, we're going to have something cooking.
Yep.
What are you planning throughout the other days of the week? Is it just going to be one day a week for reoccurring stuff, or is it going to be a couple of days?
I think that we're going to start opening on Saturdays during the day as well, to hope to bring in a younger group of community members, near and far, I guess. So that would be geared towards the elementary school kids, and it's not going to be so late. You can also have birthday parties and stuff here. That's what we are going to do for now while we're transitioning. With I kind of want some dance lessons, because I was looking for adult dance lessons in class, and we have a great space to do something like that. Mm-hmm. I know that's selfish, but if I could learn salsa there. And
Yeah.
anybody is a salsa teacher in town would like to contact me, that would be great.
Well, and there's so many things you can do, and you're right. And what I like about what your guys are doing is you're walking before you run, because you need to, and you're getting everything that worked before. We're kind of keeping that the same, but we're transitioning still and adding some different components to it. And because you aren't going to overwhelm somebody with a complete drastic change, it's so cool. I want to circle back to Friday.
Yeah.
So tickets are $12.
Yes.
Are they still going to be available until Friday, or is there a cutoff time for those tickets?
They will be available through Friday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And how many tickets do you have left, or is there still a few?
This morning we have about 80 something tickets that are available still.
You got them. Come on, get to it, folks. We only got 2 days. I'm excited. Otherwise, I'll buy all 80.
Yep. Yes, please. You're welcome to. But you are a big party in yourself.
That's true. How many hours is this going to run? You said so it's 2.5 hours or 3.5?
It's 3.5 hours, so 6:30 to 10, right? Did I do the math right?
And then, so as far as like just dancing and things, is it just going to kind of be a good gathering, like a first step, just a gathering night and just some balloon drops and some other activities?
Yep, and games and prizes for the games and stuff like that.
I'm nosy. Tell me about the prizes.
I don't know all about all of
It's all
the
good.
prizes yet. Fortunately, I do have my son who's in 8th grade who's going to walk me through and tell me what's cool and what's not. So they should be pretty
She
cool.
already hired a consultant,
I did,
and
yes.
honestly, probably the best consultant you can have.
He's up there testing the games today, so he's got some pretty good ideas.
And all of his friends are sulking right now because, yeah, he really is testing the games.
He is. They could have been here.
How has this been for your family to do something together? I should have started it off first with that, because you said that everyone's kind of getting along and working, but just have you noticed like a shift in the dynamic, any communication or anything like that?
You know, it's so funny. My parents and I have all been on completely different sides of the country for most of my adult life. Like really starting when I was 17, I graduated because I was young.
Right.
And they let us go into school early then. So, you know, San Francisco, North Carolina, just all over, and me in Chicago, just all over the country, but we're all from here. I was born here. My parents and generations of their families have been from Alton. So now we're all in the same area for the first time in so long, and I never would have imagined all of us working together on a project and finding, you know, the little niches in our specialties. It's been wonderful. I couldn't have imagined it going this way, and I'm so happy that we have been able to work together like this.
That is just incredible. I mean, what's one of the stories of the startup process you'd like to share? Is there any weird, quirky thing that you wouldn't have thought you had to kind of deal with so far, or is it all kind of gone smooth?
Well, nothing goes all the way smooth.
That's true. If you watch the show, you know that for a fact.
You know, there have been a few bumps in the road just trying to figure out all of the paperwork.
Oh, yeah, that's always tough.
And so I think that's the biggest issue. There have the opposite of anything bad happening with the family and the group that's been pulled together to work on this. It's actually gone so smoothly. I'm impressed with us.
I would be too, seriously, because you guys really, for coming from different, you know, because a bunch of different people coming together on this, for you guys to kind of be cohesive really quickly, not even a learning curve in that's impressive. I also wanted to throw out there, I know yesterday that we had to test some sodas out. That was my fun one. I did not realize that to take that into consideration. I would have never thought about it. It's that stuff that's just interesting to me, you know, because people see your parties that you're going to throw on Fridays and Saturdays, but they don't see the little stuff like that.
Yeah, so we went into the cooler and all of the sodas were flat. I didn't even know that they could do that.
I didn't know either. When you came up there, I went, really?
Yeah, I didn't believe it. I heard it and I didn't believe it. And so I brought Charlie down, my son, to test them all.
I love Charlie. He's
so
a team
I didn't
player.
have to. He is a team player. And he was like, "This is kind of flat," and I didn't even tell him that we were expecting them to be. So now we get to go through today the inventory of sodas to make sure that that's all there. But we did get all of our ordering in yesterday.
Good.
So the concessions and the kitchen are all set to go. One more thing I wanted to talk about with the kitchen moving forward.
Absolutely.
I heard this year that there was sort of a chili cook-off catastrophe because of No, you had to be using a certified kitchen in order to make the chilies, and that was something that we might start making available to the community to rent out, so they have a certified kitchen so they can
Oh, great idea.
so they can be in the chili cook-off or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely, because that was definitely some news right there in the
Yes.
community. And to me, I love that about this because there's so many different facets that you guys are looking at, and it seems like your guys' backgrounds and what you're specialized in, before the community center, it seems like it's just a perfect fit.
It is a perfect fit.
And has there been any any moments, with all the stuff your dad's done in his career and your mom, have they given you some advice so far? Has anybody given you some pretty cool stuff?
I could not have done any of this without my mom, my dad, Tim, who's my mom's partner, and John Hendrick.
Yeah.
The tutelage that he offers in this. Like I said, they've done something very successful, and I want to continue moving forward with their success and hopefully building on it.
And you made a great point because John gets mad when I kind of talk about him and tell people how awesome he is. But he's one of the greatest guys. I mean, really, there's nobody better to help you with things, and especially in the business community, I think.
Yes.
And like I said, just so cool that you're doing this. The New Year's Eve party is on the 30th of December, this Friday at 6:30. Tickets are available at Imerge Community Center. That is so weird to say for my generation. I'm telling you what. Oh my goodness. What's one last thing? Anything you want to say? Any news or anything about the party that I didn't address earlier?
I don't think so. We're just really excited about it. We're going to be decorating all night on Thursday, and so you guys will come in on Friday morning to work all day in the New Year's decorations. And we are always looking for more volunteers, and especially since we're opening up on a Saturday as well, we can't do that until we have enough volunteers to be able to do that. I'm so mad. I went to make sure to ask her about volunteers before you wrap up. What do you need help with? Is it just all aspects? All aspects. If any, I've been a volunteer coordinator in the past.
Right.
I know that in order to get volunteers who want to keep coming back, you have to have something that they like to do. Mm-hmm. And so I really like to, if there's any opportunity to help people learn, through the volunteering, something that they enjoy doing, or if they just want to come in and help out with the specific days, I encourage them to contact me.
And how do they do so?
Brigit at imergecommunitycenter.org is my email.
That is pretty self-explanatory right there, Brigit. I really am just so impressed with everything. I hope it keeps going well. Anytime you need me to come in and have some fun or maybe even just talk about it on the show, you're more than welcome to stop by.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And you're just right upstairs.
Yep. You can catch me anytime up there.
The Imerge unveiling, I'm calling it. The 30th of December, 6:30 p.m. Tickets are available once again at imergecommunitycenter.org. At 10:49, a quick break. We come back for more of our daily show in the heart of the Riverbend. That's downtown Alton.